Hello, good evening, and welcome to the stream. How are we all doing? And if you're watching the VOD on YouTube, hi all, and welcome to the video. Same deal. Yes, we're all here. Oh wait, no, we're not. No, that didn't do a thing. There is more social mediaing to be done. Okay, that one worked. Why didn't that one work? It did work. Yeah, okay. I thought it had. Yeah. Pewters being weird. There we go. That's all the social mediaing done. Let's go to the live screen. Yes. Now, I want to use my old, or my former, engineer, because I need to build a nano crystal to give to one of my MA characters so I can constantly buff myself with it. And they don't have it. But using the amazing AOIA, discovered, well, I've got an instruction disc for it on another character. So let's try that. Get that made. Right, okay. And then this guy, I want to switch for the Frube MA, because then I can dual log and do it. Right, okay. So I'm going to need a superior store, I think. I don't know if I've got the materials to build it. And also I need the guide, because I can never remember exactly how you do it. Nano crystal creation, there we go. So there's two different methods, you see. Library, etc. The common process is longer. The alternative process, I think, is for newer nanos. So I think I need this process. Right, okay, so first things first. Yep, I've got all those parts. And an ancient defender for some reason. Okay. Well, you know, we'll manage. So what library is this? Quarkstar data is stored in this thing. That is the right nano, isn't it? Before we go ahead and build it, let's double check. I think it's Mark of Peril. It might not be. I may got that wrong. No, Mark of Peril is 11% crit other. Yeah, okay. Right, okay, so symbol library space. I think it's Psi. Symbol library Psi have I got already? Possibly not. Not there. The thing with engineer, you end up with tons of crap everywhere. Space, no. Soldier Russell, want a cute or a pervert wanter? Can we have cute, please? Pretty, please. Hey. Please, no perv on the stream, please. Right, so I want a Psi library, at least 159. I think, is that what I want? Symbol library, yeah. Symbol library Psi. Okay, we got one of those. It's a tricky question I give you, both. Okay, that looks like cute. Tufted squirrel. The beautiful flowers, but now I'll be expected to spend my weekend with my back on my back with my legs in the air. Don't you have a vase? A vase? A vase? Yeah. Okay, so symbol library plus that. Plus that. Okay, so symbol library. Ta-da! Right, stage accomplished. Photon particle emitter. Okay, I think I've got. No. Photon particle. Oh, so is that a consumable photon particle emitter? Particle emitter. Okay. Yay, we're making progress. Jensen, yeah, I need carbonium rocks. Have I got any? Wrong count. Okay, I don't think I do. Easy to get, though. Carbonium rocks. Have I got any? In there? No, check the bank. Saavick, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. How the devil are you? You've done a bad job advertising. I met someone who did not know about your map, even if it comes with the game client. Well, we've tried our best. Where's... what's it exactly called? Carbonium... Carbon-rich rock, all one word. not on this tune. That's okay. We'll go get one. Nice and quick. It was life-changing for them. Well, it is. It makes the game. It makes playing the game so much better. Because you can find things and everything. Okay, now I'm doing the long login because I left him on the character select screen for too long. I'll probably have to log him back in. Yep, called it. I know this game. I have seen it before, you know. May have even played it once or twice. Right, yeah, a fix is good for this. Run, my minion, and fetch me things I need. Right, okay. Oh, wait. Yep, he had one on him. I obviously haven't had AOIA running all the time. Right. Okay. Usually because he can go to the carb rocks and walk back nice and quick. Right, okay. That. I will accept. Yes. Yes, there we go. So this one, I use the Jensen on. Okay, put you away. Next step, isotope extractor. Okay. Okay, isotope extractored. No. Neuron displacer. Have I got a neuron displacer? Yep, we got a neuron displacer. And crystal reflection pattern space. Okay, we actually want psi though. We want psi. Crystal pattern reflection and psi. What quality? That's the lowest. That will do. Okay. Add to the thing. Ta-da! Mark of peril. Right, okay. I know, but you need so many bits and pieces to do trade skilling in AO. That, yeah. It is kind of nuts. Right, the MA on this account should be high level enough to use. I looked on GMI and somebody was asking 500 mil for it, and I was like, nope. Just no. Making Nano is fine. Making AI armor, that's a chore without overflow. Oh god, yeah. Or the shoulders from thingy in Pandemonium. What's the gauntlet? Oh, so many pieces. Okay, so level 78 martial artist should be able to cast. Yeah, the gauntlet shoulder pads. Have you seen? I'll just for anyone in the chat that doesn't believe me. Okay, he's here for some reason. Why are you not logged off where I left you? Oh. Is she okay? Oh, and add V healing. Should be fine. Right, okay. So, what nano skills does it require to cast is quite a lot, actually. Time space 735, sensory imp 73. That's loads. That's way higher than I thought it would be. I don't think this guy's going to do that. Nope. I'll have to give it to my paid MA. Who also didn't have it, and I'll have to bump log for it, but so kind of defeated the object. I thought it was, oh, it's a 169 nano. I'll easily be able to cast that. Nope. Where's the accept gone? Bridgeling. Harrington 975. Oh, 1975 is following. Thank you. Harbinger. Is it? Harbringer. Is that Harbinger or Harbringer? I don't know. Okay. We'll try that again. There's the alarm to start the stream in case I forget. Right. Yep, looking good. Right, okay. Accept. Accept. Yes. Yes. Not sure why that didn't work, but okay. This game is still active. Oh, yeah. Holy Christmas. It usually is. Well, used to be. Harbinger. Harbinger, okay. I was trying to read it. My brain was just saying, nope. You're saying it wrong. Okay. So I now need Fatifu. He can definitely have the nano skill to cast it, I think. It's hump day. Brain starts going into weekend mode. No. Plenty of work left to do this week. Yeah, for some reason this tune doesn't have it, so... Yes, he does have it. This has all been an incredible waste of time. Well, the plan was for this tune to be able to cast it. But he's way off. The nano skill requirements on this are nuts. 737. And time space sensing. Psycho mod as well. Well, we're not going to see that, are we? No, we're not. Not even with Moochums and... No. Never mind. So he did have it. God damn it. We have a I Love the King Day tomorrow in the Netherlands, like in the Civilization game. So a short work week. Oh, right, okay. ITO Derry with a Saavick is the boss. Because Saavick is the boss. I'll just... Oh no, I'll camp on this and come back in and then we can bump log. Right, okay. Okini AO, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. How the devil are you? Oh, there's a new thing. To spend... Oh god, guitar mode. Okay. This is very awkward, you know. I'm just gonna get rid of these, I think. I'm trying to play the game and now I've got to... Oh, never mind. Okay. I've just lost my work keyboard behind the amps now. This is your fault. I'm blaming you. Right, bear with. I did get this all set up, but I wasn't expecting to have to do it, so... And I've not warmed up or everything else that you need to do before playing. Okay. Like be in tune. Close enough. Now I've got to find the program. Where's my... I'm getting rid of all the sing mode and whatever. Just to... well, they just end the stream, you know. Suddenly we're doing something completely different. Right, okay. I have to mute the mic while I do this. There we go. That's what you get for not having a warm-up. Mistakes! It was, yeah, it was my... Well, I wrote, recorded, and everything. That's me. That's my tune. That's my tune, what I recorded and everything. The intermission, same key. I was going, oh God, what do I know in A? Or relative minor C. Yes, all kinds of stuff going through my brain. Right, let's get back to some Anarchy Online. Rock humming song, music from the game. If I use all my points on hydrate, you might draw what? Just stop watching Twitch in full screen. Came back from making coffee, so you sat there and hit X to stand up. Yeah, I can see that happening. Yeah, people do, apparently. People said I watched your video in full screen. I thought and my brain was saying, "You're playing the game. You're playing the game." Next time we're going to have you black. I can't. The problem is copyright law and its implementation. So like 4 seconds of somebody else's song, and you get a copyright claim on your entire 4-hour stream or whatever. It's nuts. But we know this because it's happened. I'm not just telling you this. Honestly, it has. Which is why it's difficult, because it's like I know thousands of songs and I could just sit there and play them all the way through end to end for like 70 million hours or whatever. But I can't, because as soon as you play a piece of music that's got a copyright on it, that's it. You just immediately get a copyright claim. Yeah, the intro music is me. I created it. I thought I need an intro music. Wait a minute, I'm a musician. Why don't I just write one? So I did. I didn't really think about it too much. It was just what sums me up. Yeah, a bit of classic rock kind of vibe. That's me. But yeah, I mean, I could play Paranoid without even thinking about it. It's one of the first ever songs I ever learned to play. So, from Black Sabbath. And I could do most of Iron Man at one point. I don't think I remember it now. Someone asked me to play a song. I've not even played it in like 11 years or more. And I figured most of it out as I just sat down within a couple of minutes. I think because you're not I'm not going out and playing in a band all the time. I don't sit at home rehearsing the set. So I can, because when you're rehearsing for the band, you're not just sat playing. You're rehearsing changing channels on the amp. You're rehearsing, so you're rehearsing your footwork as well. So everything's nice and fluid for you when you actually come to play. So, yes. Right. Anyway, now back to Anarchy Online. The finest MMO. Don't you know? Yes, the best game that's ever been made. I'll allow that one. Oh, it got rid of your comment. Why did it get rid of it? Auto moderation. Something about... You can't, though. You can't, because this is what happens. You upload the video to YouTube, even if Twitch allows it, yeah? It gets to YouTube and you get a copyright claim. So you sat there being monetized by the copyright owner for the 4 seconds of music that belongs to them, and they're getting money from any ads or whatever, or deciding whether or not to put ads on the video, regardless of what you want to do, for the entirety of the 4 hours. It's completely broken, I agree, but that's just the way it is. So, you have to play by their rules. Zoop AO, subscribe with Prime. Subscribe 11 months. Thank you, Zoop, for the resub, and thank you very much for 11 months. Much appreciated. I wanted to... It did, yeah, I don't know. The auto mod settings are a bit odd. I've got to be honest. You go, yeah, allow. It's contextual. It's partially, because he actually typed 2 little stars in the middle of, so, yeah, it was like, yeah, that's all right. That's PG-13. That's okay, But, no, Twitch just vanished it, even though I clicked on it and said allowed the term, It might be because it's wants to and the F word. It is implying, I think, because that more than anything implies, I know contextually that it wasn't in any way sexual, but wants to the F word. As far as their algorithm goes, probably is something that happens to a lot of bikini streamers. Oh no, sorry, hot tub streamers. They're not bikini streamers, they're just wearing a bikini. They probably get a lot of, it wants to you. Yeah, so that's probably why. I blame them. Well, Twitch isn't going to not allow titillation on its channel because it makes a lot of money from those said channels. And that was the other thing. I've got videos that have no audio on them now from years and years and years ago, and they were considered fine at the time, but subsequently, I used Iron Maiden on a Beast Raid video, and then when Google bought YouTube, then they started policing the copyright a bit more sternly, and it was like all you can do is remove the music, and then just so the whole video has no audio whatsoever on it. And I cut the video so everything was in time with the music. It's so I'm gutted about that. We will take the diseased prisoner. Thank you very much. And we've also got Enigma Dogs. Right, okay. Don't worry about it. I kind of read it. I just looked at it to see what the context was. So... I will run. I've done lots of logging in and off, so... Straight to the prisoner. Follow. So we can get flagged by the guard. Pets are on follow, so they should be alright. Oh, I'm an idiot. What am I? After all that faffing around, what did I forget? To buff myself with Mark of Peril after building the Nano crystal and then realising one of my toons already has it. The one I had to use to cast it on this toon. I was thinking, yeah, I'll just use that fruit. And then I won't have to bump log. Nope. You can't, because he can't. So, bump log time, we hope. Unless... Has Mrs. Callis 2 got an MA? NT, Adv, Crack Doc, level 7 martial artists. They're not going to be able to do it. Nope. Okay. And there we go. Now you can sell it with insane profit. Well, I already had it. It dropped somewhere or whatever. I could, but I won't. I'll give it away. Does anyone need it for a MA character that doesn't have it? Not does someone want it so they can sell it? I do that giveaway on Fridays. It's a grace. We fix it MA. Well, it's an MA Nano. So if you want it for an MA, works for level 1. No. It needs like 757 nano skill. So wait, what? It's funny when it does that, but okay. Right, okay, so, right. Let's go. Once again, what's my daily reward? Oh, goody good. Box of flamethrower ammo. Yeah. Exactly what I don't need. Oh well. Some of the daily login rewards are like Dusty Bin. From an old show, which was known as 321. It was bizarre. Bizarre 70s, early 80s TV quiz show where people came on to compete, and the clues were like riddles, except they were very unfair riddles. You know, they it felt very someone's cheating here, you know. We made it. Right, okay. It'll be okay. So yes, a bit of the music early on. Yeah, so I don't really sing, which is why I got rid of sing mode and then thought, oh, you know, I could play guitar. So I did that instead. Because why not? Mind you, doing a major third bend is something the skin on my fingers is a bit soft for now. Unless I swap down a gauge of strings, but I'm not resetting up the whole guitar just to do that. Maybe I should. Okay, so we're going to get the diseased prisoner. Does anybody need? By the by. I managed to bait you to play Take Me Out for free, though. Ah, but I didn't plug in, so you didn't. Ha ha! Because I couldn't really remember it anyway, and I wouldn't want to sort of ruin it playing it properly and amplified. It was quite cool though, because after the stream I sat down with the guitar and kind of refigured out the entire song, which is what I did originally. So, but rather than listening to the track and doing it, I challenged myself to try and remember the whole track by memory as well. I had to stand up to do it, which is weird, but that's it. I'm not the sort of person that sits down to play. I've always been stand up to play, to the point where, yeah, it feels odd playing sat down now. There we go. Give him some. Trim the doggo as well. Good timing, I know, yeah. Especially with all the faffing around we just did. We'd come here earlier on, you know, when we meant to. It'd have been me killing the prisoner and them going, oh, team. Yeah. Right, I think I'm gonna... Rubicar, yeah. Oh, try and cancel it, he's gridding. There we go, we cancelled it. We'll take the grid. Yeah, if you hit a beacon by mistake, keep jumping so that you're airborne when the bar finishes and it cancels it. Otherwise, it doesn't cancel it. The glowing night flies, I know. Is that you? Or an augmate? Could be. Weirdest messages on Discord. Thanks. Right, okay. We'll go talk to the warden and then head off for some Enigma Dogs. I think that's the plan. Yeah, if you want to talk to me on Discord, just do it in the public channel. You have to send DMs and stuff unless, you know, you're shy or something, I don't know. Watching Guardians of the Galaxy from start to prep for us going to the cinemas next week. First time going out. You just those films, or are you going to do the whole Marvel doohickey? First time going out and socialising in a while. Yeah, I know. It's weird, isn't it? I mean, I've been and all that, so it wouldn't be weird for me, but yeah, for a lot of people, you know, everything stopped during the lockdowns, and for a lot of people, hasn't really restarted yet. Right, Enigma Dogs, one per trip, really, isn't it? Okay, hit the Wumpers. No freelancers, is it? No. And I haven't got freelancers running, so, okay. Before I start handing in missions, am I missing out, you know? Okay. Excuse me. I've seen them many times. Only them going to be watching just the lead up to the new one. Oh, right, okay. Do we want to run the whole way for this mission? I don't think we do. I think this time it's time to break out the enormous purple jolly. Right, stand back. There you go. Just have to cancel the Slayer droid morph every time I want to fly, so that's not the end of the world. I played Advi for 15 years solid, so forgotten what I was talking about again. Oh yeah, odd messages I get. It's like, I get lots of friend invites. I'm like, okay, we've got no servers in common. Okay, all right, well, I'll accept and just see what they say. Hi there, I'm a visual artist. So they're looking for a commission for, you know, streaming stuff. And they're always, hi, you stream on YouTube, don't you? Yeah. And like, would you like to see my portfolio? It's always like, I'm sorry, I'm just not looking for a commission at the moment. And I get about 30 a day of those. I feel bad for them because I'm like, you know, they're trying to do some legwork. They're doing effectively the old-fashioned knocking on doors, you know. And I must be one of 100 knockbacks a day, you know. You could start by offering some people intro music. I couldn't do it competitively. Have you seen the YouTube free library? The zero cost library? It's enormous. Absolutely enormous, and everything recorded perfectly on the Audio Creative Commons library that's part of YouTube Studio. You can't compete with free. So, you know. There was a slew of people asking me for YouTube intros when YouTube started picking up for me back in 2015. Really, I did an intro for Sharp Tony. I said, "Look, I've made one for you. Take it or leave it," you know. And he thought it was amazing. Went, "Oh my god, I can't believe it," you know. So people were asking him, "Who made this for you?" And he went, "Oh, this guy." And then I started making my own videos because he said I should. So I was like, yeah, I suppose. I'd made one, and it was quite popular. It was about a REIT, like how to get out of there quickly, because everyone was asking me all the time. But I hadn't thought about it beyond that. And then he sort of said, oh, you know, this guy's making. And then everybody was like, oh, can you make me one? I was like, yeah, okay. It's like a day's work, though, bear in mind. And it's my own music that I'm letting them use. And what I found would happen mostly was they would carry on making AO videos for about a couple of months, maybe, and then just that was it. And so what I started saying instead, you know, because I felt disappointed that it wouldn't get used, and the music is already. What I did was upload my own music to YouTube as unlisted videos. So it tells me if someone's, you know, stolen it and used it in their video. It's just one of those things you've got to do to, you know, protect your own stuff. Otherwise, you know, yeah, random. It was like, there was a spate on YouTube of people trying to, like, there was a video that had gotten something like 40 million views of a guy stuck in a door in CSGO, right? And it's got the guy who made the video laughing and talking over it, going, he's stuck in the door, he's stuck in the door. And someone used that audio, okay, and made it part of like a complete heap of shit song. And then post-dated the song's creation date to like 2007, so it was older than the video. And then copyright claimed his video. And got the revenue off it. It was just bonkers. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you've got to be careful. Yeah, all my stuff's uploaded. If you try and use it, YouTube will notify me straight away and say, what do you want to do? So please don't. Someone used a load of clips out of my video for their video, and that's happened before as well. I didn't know until YouTube said video match. And the video match was their video. I mean, I didn't mind they used it because the way they used it was fine. You know, they were making a video about the early days of AO, and they used a bit of a stream where I went to Noob Island, a bit of a stream where I was in the old Shadowlands backyard, because apparently you couldn't find it anywhere else. So I cancelled all the claims and said, no, it's fair use. I accept that. That they've used it in a transformative way because the subject they're talking about, you know. But I had to go through the rigmarole for all the clips they'd used. Because otherwise they'd killed his channel, basically, you know. I didn't want that to happen, you know, for no real reason. So, yeah. So I killed, and I just left a comment on the video saying, you know, if you want to use footage from my video, please ask. So then I know that a claim might come through, because I just got up and said, copyright claim. And I was like, what? Oh, right. Because at first I thought they meant like, you know, against you, but no, we have one ready to go against this person. I was like, oh. If you want to use it, that's fine. If you're using it in a transformative way, yeah, that's perfectly fine. One guy downloaded a video of mine for the Leaking quest in Arete. And they downloaded it in its entirety and just re-uploaded it at a crap bitrate at 30 FPS instead of the higher bitrate. Probably because they got like a YouTube download plugin or whatever. And they just re-uploaded it. And I was like, wait, what? So I watched the video and I go, no, this is my video. That's my voice. They hadn't changed anything. They just re-uploaded it on their channel. And people were commenting, cool voice, bro. And he's going, thank you. And I went, yeah, that one I'm claiming. I'm not having that. You know, I'm sorry, but there are limits. Yeah, the entirety of the video. I know, they just re-uploaded it like, yeah, it's mine. His channel still I think the channel still exists. Nothing much happens on it. And it wasn't a big channel, you know, people were... It was just the sheer, like, gall of the guy to steal my video, pretend it's his, and then pretend my voice is his. That really pissed me off, that did. No, the other video, though, where they used the clips, it was a good video, actually. They're talking about... you know, what the experience was like in the early days, etc. And it's a decently scripted video. Production's pretty good. You know how finicky I am about audio, but it's better than some of his other stuff. And I was like, no, you know, I get where they're going with this, and that's okay. It happened with a big old streamer when 2019 launched. He used an absolute ton of my videos to make his own video. And then I said to him on his stream, I said, you use a lot of my videos for your video. And he went, oh, I just went machine gun mode, just grabbing clips everywhere. And I went, well, you could have asked. And you could at least credit them to me. And he never did. Why should he care? He's got 600 and something thousand subscribers. And, you know, my channel isn't even like, his channel's a business, yeah? That's a real channel. That's a career he's got there. Whereas my channel is just me having fun with AO. That's it. It's all it is. It's not, you know, it's nowhere. It's a nothing channel in the grand scheme of things, yeah? But, you know. Yeah, it was a big straight. He come for 2019, yeah. He used a ton of my footage. Like 90% of his video was my videos. I mean, he didn't use my audio, he just used, you know, the footage itself to talk about AO, and it was transformative and all the rest of it. Now, it was before the creative program notified you when other people used your stuff. So, otherwise it'd come through. And I went, well, it's fine, but at least credit because it wasn't just me. He used Sharp Tony, he'd used a couple of other people. I had so much content, he kept hitting, you know, when he's randomly looking for something, he kept finding my content and just kept using it. And I suppose his argument would be, well, you don't own the game. Yeah, but I own that footage of the game. So, therein lies the difference, you know. It's nuts. Kaz, welcome to the stream. Yeah, copyright law is just bonkers. Don Quixote, sup, I'm alive sometimes. Thank you very much for the resub. Much appreciated. Haven't seen you in a good while, you're right. So waiting on the timers and then we get a Doja. How much XP did I lose on Saturday? Remaining to be recouped 1100 and... oh my god. Have I got nano cans for that? I think that's just experience, which isn't running, but we should. Quick look on GMI. We'll go this side for a change. Trying to think what it's called now. Nano can. go for sell orders. God, there's a lot of them, isn't there? Insurance agent, there we go. Yeah, they're not stupid. Well, I'm one of them. I know I've got a stack of them somewhere. So, I don't know where, though. Iron Man is apparently starting up again soon, coming back for that. Cool. I'm sure there's one running now, actually. I mean, none of it's official. All of it's kind of player created, but apparently there is one running, but... Yeah, it's cool. If that's your jam, go for it, you know. I always get asked about it, and the answer is always the same. It's not for me. I've got limited playtime. And I like using the resources I've got, you know, so... It just doesn't work for me, that's the only thing. Okay, I want this for my character, so I'll go with a raiding group to do it, or something like that, rather than... you know, I've got to do it as that group of people, which is cool, you know. I'm not knocking it in any way. I'm just saying, you know, for me, it doesn't really work. It's like I'm impatient, I suppose. Yeah, there's a couple of people doing one, but it's death is death, so permadeath, you know. If the character dies, they die, and all the gear on them dies as well. They just delete the character with the gear on. I'm like, I'm not doing that. If you enjoy the vibe of, like, you know, sudden death is death and the tension of it and all that, cool, go for it. You know, if that's your jam, that's your jam. I ain't knocking it. You know, play the game any way you want to. My God, it's a free country, mostly. Data does hardcore, the others, and Doki and a few others, that's more casual. Okay. You can only have the one character. You see, straight away I'll be like, but alt addiction. I have to feed my alt addiction. I can't just have one character. Are you mad? So yeah, I'm in Dookie's group, right? Okay. No, I mean, it's cool and all. It is cool and all. It's just, you know, just me personally. I just do my own thing, you know. Yeah, to join others and everything, yeah. That's it. I'm a cantankerous old man. I just like doing things my way, you know. I hang on to old stuff and, you know. Don't really think beyond that. You know, if it was like, but we've all got to be there at this time and blah, blah, I'm like, oh, I can't be arsed. I'd be the biggest letdown in the world in that kind of group. I really would. So, you know. I would do Iron Man, but getting out of bed on the morning, it's not that that's a challenge. I do that, but I do that for real life work and stuff. So, you know, and that's it. If work comes in, I've got to do it. You know, if overtime comes up, I usually take it, especially with having my sights on, you know, a new 4080. The ridiculous price they are. It's going to be the end of next month, though, because Nvidia are dropping prices because they're not shifting stuff fast enough. I think they realised you can't take the piss anymore. People are too aware. Buyers are too aware of the value proposition you're offering. It's not the lockdown. It's not the massive GPU shortage due to crypto and all that's gone now. You had your day in the sun with that, your profits did, and it's not a thing anymore. And asking for the money you're asking for these products is unreasonable, and that's why people just aren't buying them. I think that's started to sink in for them now. I mean, they released the 4070, and really, that 4070 they've released should be the 4060, The 4070 Ti should be the 4070 or what have you, because the difference between the 4070 and the 4070 Ti is bigger than the difference between a 3070 and a 3090 in performance. You know, and this is by one of these tech YouTubers. So, but the difference in price is astronomical. So, yeah. 40, yeah, you're going to do a Witcher and Cyberpunk playthrough. I did a Witcher playthrough pre the updated engine, but I did one, yeah. I did the whole thing. Did the main game, I did both DLCs, did the whole shebang. Yeah, I played Cyberpunk on a 980 when I first played it, and I tweaked the settings and it looked better than most games, you know, even on the lowest possible settings. It looked as good, at least, as Deus Ex Mankind Divided. It looked at least that good. And then when I got a 3060, oh, it looked so much better. I can run the overdrive. I just can't run it at very high frame rate, you know. It's just that's how it is. Yeah, a year ago I got a 3060 because I really wanted to try out ray tracing. Plus, I was modding Skyrim and Fallout 4 and stuff, and I was running out of system memory on the 980. Not system memory, lag. I was running out of VRAM. So I thought, right, I need more VRAM, and the 3060's got 12 gigabyte of VRAM. So that'll do. So it was an interim thing. Yeah, it's a 980 was a hell of a card. 1080 as well. That was a good upgrade from a 980, and a hell of a workhorse as well. Especially like the Ti. Hell of a good card for the price. I mean, the 3060, if you buy or play any game from when it was launched and before, it will run it maxed out, no problem at all, at 1440p all day long. Yeah, that's it. I wanted a new card. I had X amount to spend, and I just waited until the prices started to come back, and last May they actually came back down to something reasonable, you know, for a graphics update. So I did. But then I got a new job, and I'm like, well, I can afford a better one now, but I mean, I could get one this month, but then I'd have nothing in reserve, and I don't like being in that position, so. Somewhere around here, there's a corpse in the floor. Nope. Nope, nothing on him. Adult things, yeah, you've got to have a bit spare left over. I mean, the car was way more expensive for its MOT this year. I had to find an extra 400 quid for that to get it through. You know, so if I had that 400 now, I'd be like, yeah, I can get it now. I've got I've got half a grand in the, you know, spare, but, you know, like as backup. But I don't like going down to the bone in my bank account. Don't like doing it. You sleep better if you know, should something come up, you've got a bit of spare available to cover it. You know, that's the adult way to do things, like you say, yeah, adult things. It is really, yeah. So wait 4 weeks, you know, till the next paycheck, and then, yeah, I can just go straight out, get one, and have a bit in reserve. So, you know. Yeah, it is money management, yeah. That's exactly it. You should never... I mean, it depends on the personality type. Some people are natural gamblers and will absolutely stretch themselves to the limit financially. And that's okay unless something goes wrong or something crops up that you weren't expecting and then it's like, oh crap, then you've got a problem, and then you're looking at credit, and as soon as you get into credit, you're owned, you're selling, you're giving money away. I didn't have money management being on. Oh dear. Well, no, I mean, but that's, any addiction overpowers common sense. Smoking, nicotine, it's still a drug, and still an extremely addictive drug as well. More addictive than a lot of, drugs in terms of how physically addictive it is and mentally addictive it is. Yeah, as long as the thing is, it's not where you were, it's where you got to, that is, life is one long series of lessons and such, so don't feel bad maybe that you didn't hit where you are now day one, because how could you? You can only make decisions based on the information and knowledge you have, and if you didn't have that information, experience and knowledge at the time, then you didn't, and that's the end of it. You can't beat yourself up about things you've done in the past, really, not in that way. And you go, well, I learned from that. And I did as well. I've been there. I've completely overstretched myself financially, and then something's come up and I've had to do without things instead. It's worth it in the end. I have so much more energy without caffeine. Well, yeah, there you go. That's it. I drink tea, so as much caffeine as you ingest from tea, it gets rid of anyway. So that's cool. You can cut out energy drinks. Oh, I gave them up 15 years ago, I think now. But yeah, I used to need them at one point. Red Bull, all that utter garbage you're putting in your body. I found I couldn't get through the day. I was putting in some very long days, but yeah, but like proper tea, like English breakfast tea is will stop you from overdosing on caffeine because it detoxifies as well. Tea's fine. Tea's civilized. And understandably not as popular in the US, but hey. Good cup of Charlie. Yeah, I've always liked tea. I grew up with tea, and I've always drank. I've never liked the taste of coffee, but caffeine, obviously. But I would be hitting work at 7 a.m. and then finish work, get home, get the amp, the guitar, the speaker, the whole 9 yards of gear, load it up into the car, drive for an hour, get to a gig, unload it all, get it all set up, do the gig, then finish the gig, pack it all away, put it back in the car, get home after driving for another hour, then unload it out the car because you ain't leaving that in the car overnight. So and then go to bed at 4 a.m, and then get up again the next day at stupid o'clock for work. And I did it for decades, so it became, as I got older, it got harder to do, and so I started leaning into, I'll just have a Red Bull for tonight, get me through the gig and the drive home safely. The next thing you know, you're buying one every morning on the way to work. And those that with the taurine and all the other crap that's in it, they're really like unhealthy as hell, full of sugar and stuff you don't need, and just really bad. You want to lose weight fast, start drinking energy drinks and skipping meals. You'll lose weight fast. You also might have a heart attack and or a stroke, but don't worry about that. You know. No, eat a balanced, sensible diet. Get plenty of sleep. That's how you end up with more energy. Naturally. But tea isn't. You can't overdose on caffeine with tea. There's not enough in there, and plus it removes caffeine from your system anyway. So yeah. Oh, your cyclic rhythm. Yeah, everybody's is different. You will obviously tire earlier in the day, but it's a natural tiredness where your body's saying, yeah, we should rest and repair now. Because you do, your body's repairing itself while you're asleep. Your brain is expunging chemicals and whatnot. And we still don't know why we sleep, except that, without it, we suffer very, very badly. Wish I'd known how important sleep was at 20. Well, yeah, but at 20, you get away with a lot more. You really do. Your recovery is so fast. No Dojas here. When I was 20, I didn't bat an eye at being out clubbing till 4 or 5 a.m. and I remember I got the night bus home from a club and just took the bus to work. I remember doing that in my 20s. Just straight from the club to work, Didn't even go home and thought nothing of it. I mean, you can get away with things like that when you are younger, that's the way it is. Going to the internet cafe, we didn't have any of that. When I was young, it didn't exist, really. Not as we know it today. I mean, it was the kind of thing that really, really nerdy people did. But the vast majority of people completely ignored. It just seemed like, it's some nerd thing. And then you get visionaries like David Bowie who could see its massive potential for change. And people were not taking him seriously when he's saying, it's going to change the world. It's going to be the most important technological change and discovery to hit society in the last 100 years, and he was right. But it can't be overstated how correct he was. Was that a cafe? The first time was just a cafe with some PCs. We played Diablo 2 in multiplayer. StarCraft Red Alert. Right, okay. Yeah, computers for me sort of started coming into my life mid to late 90s. And it was like, they started popping up in studios with Pro Tools on them and things like that. And we were just amazed at how you could edit stuff on them versus, overdubs and re-recording bits or splicing tape. And, once you've done it digitally, you go, this is just like a million times better. And yeah, there was no stopping it then. So that my first computers were for doing, musical applications and stuff. Doing Cubase and But Pro Tools was like, what? This is nuts. Excuse me. I mean, really, it was voodoo. Yeah, one corpse there at least. Thought that one was already dead, but no. Now it is. Yeah, nothing on that one. No, all that one. Yeah, playing the first real PC game I played, I suppose, was Half-Life. Everyone was like, "Oh, you got to try." Or was it? It might have been System Shock. I can't remember. But yeah, we were like, "Wow, you got to see this. This is incredible." I was like, "Oh wow, yeah, it's like GoldenEye, but way cooler," you know. That was my kind of introduction to it. The original, I played it on a Voodoo card. I played AO on a Voodoo card, I think. I'm sure I had a Voodoo 3 when AO launched. Or maybe I had a GeForce 2, but I can't remember. And it ran like ass, I can remember that. But Half-Life 8, yeah, I played it on a Voodoo 3 with Mini Glide. You had to patch it or something, yeah. Then I played Opposing Force, Blue Shift, all that kind of stuff. And I think I got a better Voodoo card and I played the original Deus Ex. Absolutely loved that. I thought that, I mean, Half-Life was brilliant, but the Deus Ex was just like on a whole other level, you know. And that was it. I was like, yeah, gaming on PCs is awesome. You know, that's the game that really, those two I would say are the ones that got me really into it, you know. That said, I mean, I can remember the very first home consoles. We had the Atari whatever it was system. It had the tennis, you know, the big bat, little bat, square ball, beep beep boop. Playing that. And then I think I had the Atari ST 2600 ST, I want to say, something like that anyway. And that was like, wow, you know. I thought that was the dogs. You had a joystick and a thumb button to fire. That was it. And I mean, that's like Pac-Man and all the arcade games on it. I just thought it was amazing. But video games were things in arcades, you know. Like when you watch the original Tron, I lived through that. I was a teenager when that came out, and that was, you know, the reality of computer gaming. You know, playing games on a computer. That's how it looked. It really looked like, you know, the beginning of the Tron movie. There were arcades that loud, you know, MTV music and all that on it. My very first PC game was the original XCOM UFO. It was raised on the 2600 and the NES. Yeah, I remember the SNES, Super Mario World. My nephew got it, and he lived with my my parents had a pretty big house, so my sister and him both lived there. And you know, I'd come back from London or whatever and go, "Oh, let's have a go on your Nintendo then." And I remember like being obsessed on my save slot with completing all, what was it, 96 levels. There was a bunch of the Star Road, finishing that. You know, it was like being a completionist. Jinxed Phalanx, welcome to the stream. Revolt. Rings a bell. I don't know if I played it or whatever. I think maybe. I don't know if I did. I can remember. Do you remember when every month you'd get, like, in the UK there was a magazine, it was called PC Gamer, and it was, they'd have, and you only bought it because it had a disc with game demos on it. That's how I discovered Deus Ex. It came out, it had the whole first mission and side missions as a demo. So I played the whole of the demo, finished the demo, stood up, drove to what was then called Dixon's, who were local, and you know, had video game CDs as they were then. Bought the boxed Deus Ex and just installed it, and then copied the save over from the demo to see if it would work, and it did, and that was it. I just played that to death. And the demo discs were great. You'd play it, and then people, you know, we weren't really on internet forums and Twitter and whatnot back then. So, you know, if a demo came out and it wasn't very good, it was word of mouth, really, that spread that, oh, it needs work, it needs this. But when a game released, that was it. That was the game. There was none of this downloading patches, because everyone had terrible internet in the UK. Many thanks. That Sunfuss sound made me alert. I'm not even playing right now. Hunter, Call of the Wild, but I immediately looked at my main screen to defend myself. Yeah. It does. It's weird, isn't it? How just the sounds in a game have so much effect on you. Yeah, so I sort of dipped in and out of that because, you know, guitars and the cost of bits and bobs for guitars, the amps, the pedals, the cables, you know, all of it, is, you know, it's quite an expensive, inverted commas, hobby anyway. Ingrained, yeah, it is. It's like you hear it and you're like, oh. But yeah, I think ingrained is probably correct. But yeah, so I always sort of dipped in and out, and it was only the kind of, I think it was Crisis, when that came out, everyone was raving about Crisis, and I remember that was a demo as well. So I remember playing the demo and going, ooh, wow, you know, and then of course the game comes out, so I got the game. Because the demo was the whole first level and a massive part of the map or something, and people were modding it and tweaking the files, and yeah. Mid noughties, so like, when did it come out? 2006, 2007? And then I tried Fallout 3. I saw a demo for it. Not a demo, like a trailer for that game. I just thought, wow, that looks incredibly cool. Like 1950s styling, but in a, you know, post-apocalyptic world, you know, and all that. And I was like, oh, I really want to, you know, I want to give that a go. So I remember playing that. Lopnik, welcome to the stream. Good day to you. We're having a lot of joy here, are we? Stuck at work, well. Hey, you got a job, don't knock it. That's the way to think of it. Plenty of people out there would give their, you know, left or right arm to have a job and a wage coming in. Damn you! Gods of RNG are not with us today. Not at all. Got to keep the corporate overlords happy. Well, pretty much, yeah. That's the thing, is just, you know, we've gone from like 90-odd% of the population being self-employed, running their own small-time business or whatever, to corporations just buying everything out, owning everything, and controlling prices everywhere, maximising their profits. And we bought into it, you know. And the people selling it to us are no better than the pyramid sales guys, the Ponzi schemes, No better. They just get away with it. Remember, if the only punishment for a crime is a fine, it's a law for poor people. Not for rich people. One rule for us, one rule for them. Sad but true. I mean, a lot of these companies now have got to the point where they look at the bad publicity, the cost of the fine, and balance it on the books, and just, there's no moral ambiguity at all. It's just, I can't get to this thing. Come out of the useless big splurge of a mob. Right, toes. No, nothing on that one. So it's gotten to the point where, if they look at it as profit and loss, and it's like the intro to what's the movie? Brilliant film, Fight Club, where he's talking about how corporations make decisions about whether or not to keep selling a car that's going to kill people. Well, and if column A is worse than column B, then we do a recall. If not, let them die. That's their attitude. Yes, it's really, really awful, morally corrupt system. Don't go looking for salvation in corporations. That it ain't there. What corporations care about is themselves and nothing else. The bottom line. But there you go. Oh, they'll tell you, you're part of a family. Quite a lot of these big box stores. I work commercial retail, and they all do the same thing. Oh, you're part of the so-and-so family now. No, you're not. You just sit there nodding, going, oh, yeah, it's a great place. Or whatever. I mean, there are good companies to work for, don't get me wrong. The one I work for now is brilliant. They really are great. But some of these retail box companies, they're just... they're preaching stuff for what I would say for the ill-educated. The naive is where their pitch is aimed at. So it's easier to fool the person that what they're saying might be true. It's not. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they sell you the benefits. Own a part of the company, have a voice, have control. That's a good company to work for. The one that just pats you on the back and says you're part of for example, the McDonald's family now. Not. I know people that have worked for them and still do, and what they've told me is they are terrible to work for. And the thing you learn in these sorts of companies when you work for them is like when you first start, you're kind of naive to the bigger picture. So you're like, oh, the store I work at, it's got to be the worst run store in the whole company, and you genuinely believe it until there's any kind of annual meeting and you meet people from other stores and you realise, no, they're all like that. I'm not kidding. That is how it is. That's something I realised quite early on with it. Was like, I'd go to another store and they'd be like, nah, your store's doing better than ours, Singapore, welcome to the stream. We're grinding again. We're looking for a Doja in vain, it feels like. So we're heading on through the zone to another area and see if we try our luck there. Whenever I need a Doja, I can never get one. It's always the way. First trip to Inferno to get saved. Killing mobs for an insignia. Doja. Trying to recoup XP lost at the alien event? Nope. Yes, this time I remembered to cancel Disruptive Void Projector while running past Lord of the Void, rather than aggroing him with it like I did last time. That was quite funny, actually. Wait, where's he out? Oh. It cycled right as I was going past and he was in range. Normally he will ignore you running past, but if you're running past and aggro, well, game on. Yeah, I mean, the local McDonald's here is a brand new built store, but the McDonald's is established in this town. You know, they've had a store here for over 20 years, and they recently moved from one end of the car park to another, but put them in a nice, shiny, two-storey prefab building. They can't get anyone to work the night shifts for them. Nobody will do it. The lights are on and everything else, but you can't get a burger there at, you know, beyond like midnight. So, you know, some nights I pick Mrs. Callos too up for work and she goes, oh, I'm going to see if McDonald's is running. And the thing is, pre-lockdown, it was always open. You could go, oh yeah, I can't be bothered cooking. Let's get a couple of burgers and go home. Yeah, that'll do. You know, not all the time, because, I mean, it's hardly that nutritional, but, you know, every now and again, yeah, have a muck burger, you know. So since lockdown, they just can't seem to staff it. It's bizarre. I think what's happening as well with the younger generation as well, bosses are still offering incentives and wages that are nonsensical to this generation now. They're making 3-4 times what they're being offered in jobs, flipping crap on eBay. Why the hell are they going to work for you? Follow your rules when they can do that. You know, so, yeah, it's a wake-up call, really. These businesses are like, but we're offering them this and a career, and they're not interested, mate. They're already making more money than you're offering. You know, it's just, yeah. Yeah, management tends to be people that are promoted way above their, you know, promoted to a position of incompetence is usually what happens with most management systems. It's built into the system to do that without not like deliberately to fail. It's just it's so poorly designed that that's what inevitably happens. Like, you've all seen The Office, right? That is how it is. That is the reality of just how badly run places are and why they're complete crap. And that happens under corporations. That doesn't happen under small businesses. Under small businesses, the person that owns and runs the business is usually very competent. And they can see someone failing at the role and they're like, look, you need to shape up or go. You can't do that anymore. You know, because they've created this big corporate system of employment, and you know, so and nobody wants to do the job. So if you find someone that's like kind of can do it and doesn't get under, you know, doesn't annoy everybody, just give it to them to do, and that's who you end up with in these roles. And then these people who are like basically useless are making decisions for everybody else, you know, and yeah, and it's just they need, you know, corporations need to wake up to the fact that the packages they're offering to the generation that's grown up with the internet are just so out of date. You know, that whole, oh, get up the slippery pole, you'll soon be buying your own yacht. It's like, well, I can do that now. Why would I flip burgers when I can make 10 times as much flipping shit on eBay? You know, it's like they just haven't caught up with it. Like they're not aware that what they're offering is garbage. It's not an offer anyone in that generation's ever going to be interested in. And that's why they can't staff places. Well, we're only paying minimum wage for you to work unsociable hours. Well, then I ain't doing it. You know, that's what they're getting. Well, we'll have to cut your hours. do it. Just, none of that works anymore. None of it. They don't care. They can make money another way. That's the thing. You haven't got them over a barrel anymore. And they're still, the way they operate is still based as though they have. Yeah, you can flip burgers or you can flip crap on eBay. But at least you can work your own hours. And it's your money. You're not making someone else rich. You never become rich by making someone else rich. Life lesson there. Yeah, people flip stuff on eBay constantly. It's why eBay is a success. It's because that's what people do. If people didn't flip, and by flip, if you don't know, it means you see a bargain, you buy it, and then you resell it at a higher price for profit. That's flipping something on eBay. And it can be anything. It could be an outboard motor part. It could be a desk. It could be furniture. It doesn't really matter what it is, as long as you understand its value and see a price that's too low, or think, I could get more for that, then you just flip it. That's what flipping is, buying and reselling it. It's flipping it. That's what scalpers did with the GPU shortage. But they had enough outlay to go and order 10 of something. That's called flipping. Yeah, buying and reselling, flipping things on eBay. So the same item gets relisted from a different seller for a more expensive price. And then they abuse, the bid system with a couple of extra accounts and such like. And yeah, they can make a living doing it. You do it enough, you make a good living at it. If you're smart with it, if you've got a good understanding of the stuff you're buying and selling, you can take good pictures of it. And it's like, you don't need, look at that first kill after a rezone and a Doja. Coincidence? Yes. Yeah, complete coincidence. So that's flipping things on eBay. When you make a burger, you cook one side and then cook the other. Well, you're not doing the word flipping. I suppose it's kind of derogatory in a way because it's kind of implying, you're just flipping burgers. But I mean, there is a skill to flipping burgers, but it's not brain surgery or kind of thing. But you can still get it wrong and ruin the burger. So there is a skill to flipping things on eBay. But this is what I'm saying is that now, especially the younger generation, are so far more aware of it. That when they know how much they can make in a week, in a day, in a year, doing that. So when someone says, "Oh, we'll pay you 20k a year," they're thinking, "Well, I make 60k a year now. What the hell am I going to, No, that's ridiculous." So yeah, they just don't bother. There's drop shipping, yeah, but you can get around a lot of that, and that's part of the cost, etc., etc. And then you can register yourself as an Amazon business so easily, and Amazon will absorb the cost of the shipping because all its Prime customers get free shipping. Now I've got text from Mrs. Callis too. Let's see what's going on. I was going to bruise my knuckle. How? And how? Nana. Has the beacon timed yet? I know people that were making a living flipping stuff on eBay and Amazon and wherever back in 2004 or whenever. They were buying and selling stuff online as a living. And Staples had a a deal where the maximum charge for sending a parcel through their mail, their mail system, was £8, so like $10 or whatever. And they utterly abused that system. Oh, cheap shipping guaranteed. Okay. They'd turn up and they'd have like half an engine block and want to pay $8, and Staples would send the damn thing, for eight quid. Like that's worth like 3 times that in shipping. It weighs a ton, and when they then changed it and said up to a maximum of X number of kilos, oh, they had a major row, and then kind of went, well, it was good while it lasted. How much is it for the weight then? And a lot of them just dropped off from coming into Staples every day to shift stuff. And they told me what they were doing. We're making a living at it. They said, well, you set it up as a limited company eventually, and then, then you can get a mortgage and stuff like that. And I was like, right, okay. And they'd bought a real nice house. So, yeah, So expecting people to show up and do, a lot of work for that kind of money that's being offered. This is why they can't staff those jobs. So the only people the only people they can take in the end are the people willing to do the job for the money, and the people that are willing to do the job for the money can't make money any other way, and are generally probably not as gifted as the people that don't need the job because they can make the money for themselves anyway. So that's how you end up with middle management being as bad as it is. Came back a few minutes ago. I said, Carl is getting a Doja. I need one on my NT. Beacon to Inferno. Waiting, killed one carrot, looted a Doja, and then grid with a can. 7,400 XP were allocated to your personal research. Side tokens collected, yeah. You can see how much XP I just got back then. You gained... You may be recouped, not so much. Remember that bar was empty. The XP bar here was empty at the start of the stream. Because I got lots of murder, death, killed at the alien event. As is the norm. I think I turned the other 2 in. I did, yeah. So that's all 3 dailies done. Can you wear MA weapons with this setup? I am. I know you can't see it because I'm in Slayer Droid transferring thing. Dreadlock Shen sticks. I got one of them on. Right, I'm gonna make a cup of tea. Would you like the intermission music, everybody? We'll go with the intermission music. Whilst I go make a cup of tea. And us back. Lady Sky Cannon, welcome to the stream. What's this? 284. Oh, Eye of the Executioner dropped earlier. Dang, getting all the EOEs grinded. Yeah, they are pretty awesome for offensive builds. Right, I think all that done there. Still got a bit of XP to recoup, but not that much now. Inferno mission? Yeah, let's do an Inferno mission. How much do you do per hit? This character? It's MA, so it varies on crit, mob ACs, everything. It's pretty good though. Comparable to pistols, anyway. And once the build is kind of finished, it'll be pretty bloody good. Pretty confident we can do what you ask. Ergo. Yep. Doing. Straight away with an Ergo mission. Yay. So on a crit, it depends what you hit with MA skill. There's no fixed number. We don't quite out damage, and of course the higher you crit, the better the damage, etc, etc, etc. I know it sounds like a vague answer, but it's an honest one, you know. Basically less than an MA would. Definitely. Because MA's green MA skill and big buffs for it. Whereas you get one buff for MA above like a general buff. On engineer, and it's this one, Slayer Droid Transference, but it does add 400 martial arts and brawling, fast attack, etc. So, you know. So with enough crit, it does become viable. We've got a long way to go on that. I need a better scope and, you know, stuff. and alphas as well to get the MA skill up. A control alpha right hand has got 141 MA skill in it, whereas the beta doesn't. Some of the stats change on alphas versus betas as well. You know, different stuff is added in. So if it's an endgame build, when he's got that and a couple of the tonfas from the beast upgraded, it'll be pretty good. It just won't be as good as an actual MA, but then I've got 2 big pets as well, so kind of should work out, we think. I'm certainly not the first person to go MA with an Engie. That's for sure. Alright, let's fix the illumination. There's some Rubicar light in here. That's a little better. Anything in the first room? There is. Trim the pets as well. I keep forgetting for most of this stream that I need to do so. Um, 3769 for crit. That's on a Shadowlands mob as well. Things like the punch bag don't really tell you much because, well, they haven't got any ACs. Or evades, or, you know, so. If you're, you know, A-B testing on a punch bag, yeah, it can tell you quite a lot, but you never get a glancing hit or absorb or, you know. Pets are hitting harder though, I can see that. But then again, you know, they are quite good pets. Speaking of, well, they are when they turn up. I don't know where Doggo's gone. And Doggo does quite a bit of damage. Where's he gone? Come on, we're in a mission. Where is he? Oh, he got snared. Well, okay then. Yeah, he's rooted. I didn't realise he was calling him for everything. Little dude's rooted. He's still rooted now. Kill these and then I'll clean. There's pet cleanse. I don't know if I've got it though. No, I don't think I've got pet cleanse. Or is that not on Engie? I know you can use stims and whatnot, but that's it. They broke the root on him anyway. I was there thinking, why is he stuck? Is he, you know, because I could see him on the map and I was thinking maybe he's stuck in geometry or something, but nope, rooted. Lopnik off to La La Land. Are you off to bed? Or were you talking about the pet? Are we still recouping? We're still recouping. 22%. Good start. Pet cleanse isn't on Engie. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I mean, I've got more than one of everything, so I forget who's got what half the time. At the alien event, I think the biggest crit I got once, a trader had drained the mob. Suddenly I was doing 5 and 6k crits on it. So that's when it has no ACs and negative crit defense, etc, etc. And then if you team with them, then your crit goes through the roof, so... Nice. Just rolled a baby Engie on another account. Nice. And Mrs. Collis 2 responded to me yet. She's hurt her finger. She's alright, but she's hurt her finger. Where am I going? This way. So we're now having a chill time with the missions. Yes, we are. Apparently it's the second she did it on the dishwasher at work. Apparently it's the second time, so... There we are. Well, it's not broken, I don't think. She just bruised her finger. Come on, pets, pull aggro off me. And shush, well, this game still exists. Of course it does. Yeah. It's the 21st year now. Unbelievable. Well, 22nd year come. It'll be 22 years in July. Unbelievable, I know. Still here. And it's still one of the best games ever made. So, there you go. With infinite replayability. And I stopped playing shortly after the German server got closed. Wow. Well, most people came over to either Rubicar 1 or 2. I remember, there you go. Spino, Kyo, and Opifex Fixer. Could be. Why am I taking such a beating? All my buffs are running. Opifex Enforcer was fun. Alpha-ing with a chair on a spear. Nice. Who did the Nanomage Enforcer? And it was actually really good. Everyone went, you're crazy, but no, they weren't. They realised at endgame it becomes, you know, a different animal. It's not just being a sponge. It's being able to chain castle layers and everything else. Yeah, ITO there, yeah. Now, yeah, since like Shadowlands, AI, Lost Eden, I am taking way too much damage. Why? I'm taking way too much damage. Something isn't right. I don't know what it is. Debuff. Agdef bar. Bugged. Not be taking that kind of damage. Reflect is still running. Weird. Yeah, first one I made, you know, the classic Aatrox, Meat Shield Enforcer. But the one I did the most with and got the furthest on in terms of developing them was definitely the Solitus. They're really good. Of course, there's new weapons and stuff now, so... always annoyed me when they came up with enforcer weapons that were Atrox only. I was like, no. Or weapons and stuff. I was like, no, you're wrong. No, I'm not fighting. Fight my bloody pets, you. Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm bugged, you know. It's very fun to make plans how to max level implants that aren't possible for other enforcers. It used to be like that, yeah. You put anything on anything now. It is possible with for anyone if you know what you're doing and you can ladder implants and stuff, but that level of gamecraft wasn't very common back then. Yeah, because the information's shared now. Like everyone knows, yeah, you could ladder implants, you could do this, you could do that. There's more items in game, there's research, there's symbionts, you know. Oh, I didn't say it was easy. Well, if you came back now, I mean, you'd have to re-remember what you used to know, but then you'd have to learn a bunch of new stuff you didn't know as well. And I only say, oh, you can put anything on anything because I've done it over a course of 20 years. You know, I've gone, well, I know the convention is this, but I'm going to do it this way. And then, like a fool, made no secret of it and put it all on YouTube. Okay, so there's more death in this big room. No, who did that? You needed towers as well, and we didn't have any, so I couldn't do it. You needed towers and something else, I think, but I can't remember what now. There was someone that's cropped up on stream a couple of times, and they did it without cheating. Because, you know, that happens as well. But yeah, D-Shark on a crack. Yeah, trying to D-Shark him on a keeper. I've seen it on an enforcer as well, that was pretty cool. I remember, oh yeah, the Nano Mage assault rifle shade, yeah, that was funny. MA Doc's pretty good, you know. Pistol Doc is a better healer, but Envoy of Chaos ×2 on a trader. Well, you could do it on a trader, yeah. Gunship. No, you need to be Omni to use a gunship. But there's other items you could use instead now. I've got a gunship on Kalos too, because he's from 2001. But those don't drop in game anymore, unfortunately. For melee, MA or one-hand blunt. If you ask Saavick, one-hand blunt, her doc's one-hand blunt. It's pretty effective as well. But you're going to miss out on the % heal efficiency without using the dock pistols. Yeah, and one-hand blunt's quite a nice style as well. Anyone struggling to log in? Not tonight. Recasting, yeah, you have to do that now in some of the dungeons because Ward gets wiped, so you have to recast it in the boss fight. And there's also mind control as well, which runs you around the room. And obviously you can't cast while you run. And yeah. We got a high-level subway with... that was done a bit like Biomare, you know, it was segregated into different areas. Yeah, in PVM for Enforcer now, it's about, well, you've got a colossal amount of HP, regardless of breed. And then it's trying not to run out of nano pool, recasting your layers, etc. Notable, well, the server's not had a good restart in a long time. Dune will probably be on its own servers, I would think. Yeah, Nanopool is so much more important for Enforcer endgame than you probably think early on. MA agent, yeah, there's a few. PVM agents, anyway. Agent can, you know, can do a hell of a lot. Jack of all things. But in PvP, no. Because they lose aim shots. So. I mean, they've still got sneak attack. I remember it was Kinkster, his agent. He managed to build the character in such a way that it could use sneak attack and aim shot by swapping weapons mid-fight. It was pretty devastating. But at the time, you know, he doesn't really play anymore, but at the time, my God, he was pretty powerful in PvP. Yeah, it was the first person I ever heard of even trying it was Kinkster. He had videos up on the old Google vids as well. I think they got moved over to YouTube. People reuse them now and again, so I don't know if they're still around, but he's running around ganging people in Omnitrade and places like that. But it's funny though. Yeah, all the perks go off, and then AS can't be dodged, sneak attack can't be dodged, you know, like, oh, your health has gone, yeah. And it was more devastating when people were not expecting it, I think, you know, when they weren't expecting him to have another special left, and then they'd, like, open up, like, blown all their cooldowns, and then suddenly he's like, but there's more. So welly them another time. I think this is, yeah, entrance. Okay. What percent are we on anyway? 100. Right, we need to find the big room with the guy in it. I can't remember where it was, so I'm just gonna retrace steps. In PVM, yes. In PvP, no. It works a little weirdly, really. Full, yeah, there's a load of agents use full auto. D-Shark on a agent's quite doable. You know, it's not. You're not even into serious twinking then. For that, it's, you know, it's quite attainable. It's only because you're borrowing so many buffs that you wouldn't ordinarily have and whatnot. It'll be super weak by now. pre-research, is it? Yeah, it would be. The honest answer. It was good. I mean, you built for the time, which is good. But yeah, you could seriously have better things in the slots than you've got there now. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, you could do better than that. Plus, these are only conscious. You got no alphas or betas in, so you could massively increase, overall. All right, I think that's all the XP recouped. Yep, that's it, done. Good stuff. Right, back to the Garden. I'm going to save, and then we'll go and have a look at Rubicard 2019, maybe. Yeah, we got Legacy of the Zan, so you got beta symbionts, which are higher than conscious by a mile, and then alphas as well. Yeah, it was before. Yeah, you couldn't put that stuff on when it didn't exist, so yeah, no one would expect that. But yeah, if you tried to PvP competitively now with that setup, yeah, you would struggle. Plus, you can get upgraded beast armor. And that gives you a complete heal. As in, complete heal, not 10k heal, complete heal. So if you're running around with 55k HP, you can completely re-heal mid-fight. But you can only do it while you're wearing that. Where's my... Yeah, that's like a modern PVM enforcer for today's game. So not really comparable because there's the expansions and stuff, but just to give you an idea of the new items and stuff. When you left, did they have research then? Like, did they have all this stuff? They did, yeah. So there's my enforcers. You can see there the symbionts. And then gear-wise, so we got the enforcer boost that are on, but then stellar nano deck, and then you get new items like these. Ancient protective drone makes you easier to heal, so your heal reactivity by 10%. So every heal that hits you heals you for 10% more. And then DB3 protector module. You can see there, gives you an extra 2,000 ACs for a HUD slot. And then nowadays we've got NCUs this big, quality 300, give 192 NCU space, stuff like that. Weapons wise now, well, you've got the 5k token boards. So again, that's like quite a big difference. Then the OFAB gear, best in slot. The shoulder pads from the Zan. This is quite new stuff, operative chest piece. It gives you the crit. Then the new braces, the DB stuff with the add damage on them, stuff like this. Could probably do with a better shoulder though. And the OFAB rings as well. So yeah, this is like a classic thing. The weapon though that's quite new, that one. It's the Vicious Support Beam of Malice. It actually has a taunt proc on it. So it just makes PVM enforcer a lot easier. But for health, you can see there, she's sat there now without doing anything. She's got 55k HP. So yeah, Lopnik and sorry, hand hit the keyboard. Looks like your cat ran over the keyboard. So yeah, there's just you would pick that stuff, if you were playing now. You go, oh well, there's this now, it's much better. I'll use that. Simple as that, really, isn't it? Use the best stuff that was available at the time, then yeah. But betas and stuff came out, and they were much better option than conscientious. Yeah, the sneak attack and everything. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can go nuts with it. I mean, this only has it has the sneak, fast attack, brawl, and Dimash as well, which is quite nice. But it's become like the de facto weapon for enforcers these days. Mainly because it makes you stronger at tanking as well. Quit from that and then relaunch. Alpha is a blunt weapon. Yeah, I mean, back then, yeah, that would probably work. Now it would probably not land. Because everybody else is running around with ridiculous gear on as well. So, you know, it sort of goes that way, doesn't it? It's the power creep. I mean, it's like a well-built pre-Shadowlands toon versus a... I mean, the research alone is like adding another 20 levels to the character in skills, base skills. So trying to compete against someone that further ahead, it wouldn't be fair in any way. Right, so all we have here is a very bare bones keeper. God, this is my like third keeper. This is on the 2019 server, which was like a weird thing that happened. What were we doing here? We were searching for a Doja, and we still hadn't got one. And it got too late, so I had to stop. I remember now. Why are you playing on Arcade 2019? Because I want to. Because it has a green sword. So I made... You can only get the green sword on the 2019 server. And I have one. And they're fun. It's like the most overpowered thing ever in game. It seriously is. I mean, this sword you can equip on a level 1. There are no skill requirements to use it. But it does the same sort of damage as a Pained Panther. I had on Engi, it was a dreadlock drop. Like a tonfa. It was just using MA. How do you get the sword? Well, if you come to an event, a ARC or GM will spawn it in your inventory for you. Thing is, they are yes drop. So you trade it over to your new character at level 1, and then your new level, you know, by the time they're level 5 running around the subway, they're killing everything in sight with like 0 effort. It's just hilarious fun. But you can't have one on the main server. They only exist on this server. And it's because it is a far less populated server, so they kept it open and then started saying, well, you know, to make things a bit easier for people, you know, here, have this. It'll get you, you know, the growing pains out of the way. But it was, initially, it was a progression server. So when it launched, it launched with Note Wars only, max level 10, for like a whole week. And everyone started with 0 cred, 0 items, 0 anything. It was a lot of fun for the first like 6 months on this server. It was great. Everybody jumped on and it was like reliving the old days again. And then every week they'd up the level cap by, you know, however much. And gradually they released expansions as well till it's now, well, basically the same as the live server, but there's no GMI and far fewer players. Didn't necessarily make it a bad thing. Mismanagement, really. People got bored of it. Not having GMI, you know, endgame is kind of problematic. And then they were, you know, the way they worded some of the announcements for the server made it sound as though it would be shut down at the end of the year. So a lot of people just went, right, I'm out. I'm not going to invest any more time knowing that the characters are going to vanish. They can't be transferred over to the live server, so I don't want to, you know, spend all this time and then have nothing to show for it, kind of thing. So that kind of killed it off in the end, unfortunately. Plus there was the expansion gate incident where they put up a poll. Do you want to raise the level cap to 150 or something, or do you want to open Shadowlands? And the way they handled the vote was like, we're just going to do what we want anyway. So they kind of ignored everybody's input, and a lot of people lost heart at that point. They were like, oh, you're just going to do whatever you feel like anyway. And kill one, 2 more spawn. Well, there are mobs like that in Shadowlands. Any of the lost, and then whatever. Yay, Doja! It's funny that, isn't it? I was getting nowhere with that initially. I can't remember how long we spent here on the last time trying to get a bloody Doja. And I've still got, I think, did I have the freelancers to hand in? Yeah, I've still got the freelancers to hand in. But yeah, this sword is just ridiculous fun on a brand new character. And I made a keeper because there was the rebalance in 2015, and that made keepers so much better. Without really being OP, but because they rebalanced everything. The only people that really got hammered were Advies, but Advies had been overpowered in PvP for too long, and everybody complained. Suggested 20 different things they could do to Advies to make them more level playing field. And instead of picking 1 or 2, they went yes and just did all 20 and kind of really ruined them completely. Like, they're unrecognisable now. I just don't play mine anymore. I did do a new Advi build as a Let's build. I streamed the whole thing, got him to 220, finished all his research, got him endgame weapons and everything. But just, you know, it's just not the class I used to play, and I don't enjoy it the same way I used to, you know, so. Zoop, we'll see you later. Thanks for coming, dude. Always a pleasure to see you. Yeah, so I pretty much solidly played PVM Advi from like 2001 till 2015. And then Advi today just ain't the same thing. So it doesn't hold the same appeal. But on the flip side of that, that made me play every other class. Sometimes more than once. You know, so yeah, and then that's how you end up with, you know, what have I got now? Like 20 odd 220s or something. I don't know, you can watch dogs for 5 hours straight. I don't know. You somehow seem to be able to. I didn't even know about third person and no bob camera for the first 3 or 4 years I played, and I still played Advi like that. So I had the whole screen going up and down like the vomit comet. And I didn't know third person was a thing. So how the hell I survived that, I'll never know, but hey. And the other thing I wanted to do on this guy as well was finish off the Nascence quest, so I've at least got that key. So maybe get that done as well now. I think I've got enough insignias to hop around and get it done quickly. What about endgame Advi ranged just because there are better weapon choices available now? Like the Reflex and the BBI 1000, they're just, yeah, you know, an 11-second full auto. Who doesn't want that, you know, with a pistol that you've got all the buffs in the world for, you know? So, yeah, you will do far more damage as ranged on Advi now. I mean, I was melee Advi for 15 years. It's not like I'm not a fan of melee. It was either or, you know, either or worked. So I went with melee. I just kind of liked it. Made sense if half the time you're a cat, you know, so. But now, I mean, I started off, I was pistol because everybody was pistol. And then they nerfed freedom arms really early on, like the first 6 weeks of the game, I think. And then I wasn't sure. And then Soulfire Executioners came out, and I went, no, I'm going to go melee. And that was it. And I stayed melee, you know, right up until, well, the new weapons came out. And I went, can't ignore that. It's too good. The special ether from Steps of Madness. Right, I'm going to go hand in what's called the Freelancers Ink, if you've not heard of it. It's like an extra daily on top of regular dailies. So you complete 3 dailies and you can hand in an extra mission for completing 3. Camping the boss. Oh, for your baby Engie. Yeah, get the stuff nice and early. Oh, Tara. The loot is not garbage at all and can be upgraded. And yeah, it still happens a lot. You received an extra gift. What did I get? It wasn't a Freelancer's Ink token. What did it give me then? Oh, I've got the recall beacon. Nice. Yay. Finally. Yeah, no, the Tara's still a thing. There's a daily for it as well. You can upgrade a lot of the stuff from Tara now, so it's good for Froobs, because it always was, and you can upgrade it further now, so yeah, it's pretty epic. What did we say we were going to do? Yeah, we were going to go and finish off the What's It quest, so let's get that done. Yeah, people now like doing impossible builds where they use items that you wouldn't ordinarily ever see a low level using, like a +10 ring from Inferno, so they can get into gear that's like technically impossible without it. Like Scott did a level 6 Enforcer, had ridiculously high implants in most slots, and a +10 ring, and he got it by doing every single playfield quest all the way through Shadowlands until he got to Inferno. It's nuts. Well, you know, people will put the work in, they can do it. You know, he had to be kept alive by a lot of other people in order for it to work, but it worked. I think I started this quest. I can't see it in my inventory, in the mission entry now. So do I use wherever I put him? I had a load of insignias. It might be best running to her. I can't remember if we made any progress with it or not. So I'll have to go see. PvP, I just stopped about 2012. There's too many toxic personalities around it. I mean, seriously, you know, just can't be bothered. And a lot of people use exploits to win as well, and it just, yeah, you know, it takes the wrong kind of person, and it just became a big drama bitch fest. Lots of exploiting, using third-party software in Tower Wars, and you know, and it could be glorious again, but there's just too many people cheating at it, and they think they're big and clever doing it, and it always sort of surprises me they do. I'm like, do you not sort of see how pathetic you are? You know, the only person that thinks that you're impressive is yourself. Everyone else thinks you're a joke, you know. But yeah, I just got sick of it and just went, oh, I'm done with this. I don't want to be around it anymore. And that was it. I just never went back to it. I'm not saying everybody involved is like that. A lot of people aren't, but there's just too many of them now. Yeah, there is something you can do, but we don't talk about that sort of thing on stream. We don't broadcast that you can do certain things. I'm not even sure you still can, but Scott streamed his entire kind of mega quest of getting all the way to Inferno. He did it legit, and he did it on stream so people could see he'd done it. They were watching him doing it with 3 or 4 other people helping him. Alright, I think I started the quest, but maybe it timed out. Yeah, we're back at this first stage 1 dialogue, so... Taraskew. We've got a mission for them there, if they spawn. But all you got to do is run down and target them without getting killed by either all the mobs or all the players. Alright, I just choose mostly option 2s, and then she should give me the quest again. Yeah, Tara's still very much a thing. Dragon Armor's still incredibly popular, and a lot of the other stuff as well. Plus, you can upgrade the shoulder, Globe of Charities, things like that. A lot of it can be upgraded. We're never going to see an AO 2.0. It's never going to happen. They don't make games like this anymore. That's the thing. Oh, I got a quest. No, I've got all those Nascence ones. It's hard to spot in here. Name is Kipper. What are you doing here? You can do this quest at any level, I'm sure of that. Or have I... She should either refuse to talk to me or whatever. The thing affects Nascence, affects Rubicar. Could you tell what those exploits are? Not on a stream, no. But yeah, I mean, the boxing in PvP, you know, technically isn't exploiting, but Funcom have said you shouldn't be doing it. But I think they'd like to say it's exploiting, but then they can't police it, and they don't want to look foolish for not being able to police it. So, but effectively it is, and then you get someone with an NT, like 6 NTs all through because of their burner accounts. Dropping candy cane, and they're clearly using some exploit that lets you wear 100 token boards or whatever, because each round of candy cane is doing like 50k damage, and then running into a tower field and taking it out in seconds. Yeah, clearly cheating, you know. Oh, I see. I had the last option. I clicked the wrong thing. Do it again, Dumbo. No, talk to me. Oh, she's bugged now. Have I got the item and I don't realise? I don't think I do. Although I do have a couple more insignias. Just keep them all in one bag, it'll be easier to follow. No, I've not got the item, so let's... Oh. Need to zone away from her. No, multi-boxing isn't, but when you're doing 50k damage for each AC type with candy cane, then you're exploiting. because that's not possible through conventional means. We know what they're doing. Putting multiples of the same item on, which you're not supposed to be able to do. But they use third-party software to do it and then claim some kind of victory in PvP. That's like typing TGM in the console on Skyrim, beating the game and going, I am great at Skyrim. No, you're not. You made your character unkillable. That isn't winning anything. That's just dicking about. You know. If that's what you want to do, sure. I mean, you're in a single-player game. Who cares? But when you can do it in a multiplayer game, then you're being a bit of a prick. Right, I got the second answer right. Maybe I can help you there. I clicked the wrong option. Hey, there we go. And I should have... Yay, got the thing as well. Right, okay. Right, so we're going to head to Silence, but we're not going to run all the way there. Oh, hell no. Hans Chu. And still, it's like 15 years since I last played. I think that's nuts. I know. Oh, crap. Look who showed up. The Wanderer of Shadowlands. Someone thought I'd trained him on them. I was like, no, dude. He just wanders around the whole playfield and just, if he finds you, tough doo-doo. Just really bad luck, my dude. Really bad luck. I remember in the beta, we were like... He was invisible as well in the beta. You could tab him, but you couldn't see him. And so we were like, we think we know where he is. Let's get everyone together. And everyone's like level 20. Let's go get him. Oh, we were massacred. It was so funny. Well, they just quit development on it. I mean, the game is in hibernation mode. I think they were seriously thinking of shutting it down in 2017, but instead decided it's a bit of a feather in a cap for the company to have a game still running after all this time. So rather than shut it down, let's keep it going on the Conan servers. And basically that's it. You know, that's what happened. Where's the dude on? Was that him with the blue name there? No, this is a different quest line. He's up here. There we go. I was thinking, I'm sure he's between two, like, hut things. Yeah, I mean, you can still multi-box on the new engine. It just is really inefficient. Journey. Device. Get the device. Path of Truth and Compassion. Ta-da! About this ancient artifact. All in due time. I found the mark of a ban. Wants another insignia. We've already got one. Speed running the quest, I know. How terrible. Said no one ever. Right, and now return to the garden. We must seek out the guy by the teleport statue. Bit of a giveaway. Not much of a seeking out when we know where he is. I remember training 1v1 against soldiers, tweaking until I could beat most of them. Yeah. Oh, that's it. Yeah, I mean, then other people get frustrated by lacking the skill to do what you did, and therefore turn to third-party software to cheat their way to win and call it a win. And I say, if you've got to use third-party software to get around the mechanics of the game in order to win, you've won nothing. You've cheated. You know, it's like saying, well, I won the marathon, I did it in 10 minutes. Yeah, but you got in a car and drove. It's not the same, dude. It's just not. Yeah, it's surprising. You even after 15 years, you can come back and within an hour of playing, you suddenly realise you've remembered so much about the game and how things work. Third part, well, there's certain software that allows you to put any piece of equipment on, regardless if you meet the stats or not. So let's say you've got a 1k token board, you can put 12 of them on. How much HP and add damage and add def have you suddenly got then? Well, whatever the 1k is, but multiplied by 10 times or however many times. So that's one of the worst ones. It can also do stuff like make you invisible. It's just cheat mode, basically. I mean, most third-party software they're okay with is like item assistant, which is fine. It keeps a log of everything and makes finding equipment across all your characters a billion times easier. Or like Mission Buddy and that kind of thing, just to help you find, so you're not having to sit there clicking all the way through to find the Nano or implant or whatever. Right, release the thing. I think I go clicking on the Silvertails now. Use an insignia, apply yeah, there you go. No, using macros and stuff is fine. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about soft, you get cheat engines for games. You've seen them, infinite health, infinite ammo, blah, that kind of stuff. It's along those lines. Well, not really. No, that's the problem. Is that there's no one to police it, sort of thing. So a lot of the time they get away with it, and usually it happens so fast that the damage, like a whole quality 300 tower field taken out in minutes, is not intended gameplay. You know what I mean? So. Open dialogue. I wish they would. When they do it and get caught doing it, they've been banned for doing stuff. Someone tried to do something at an event without really thinking it through, that there's a GM here. And they just got their account banned. And rightly so. But it was kind of funny. They thought nothing would happen. It's like jumping on the bonnet of a cop car and taking a dump and expecting nothing to happen. It's like, no. Okay, return to the garden. Another insignia. And why they thought they'd get away with it, I have no idea. But it was quite funny that they tried. Track cheat. Well, they did it on the stream, and they did it, like in front of a GM was watching them do it, like in game watching them do it. I mean, they said, no one gets banned for doing what we're doing. Well, if you get caught, you do. The trouble is, there's just not enough enforcement involved to catch people at stuff like this, but as soon as they got caught, I was gone. That account was history, along with all the characters on it and everything else. There's the artifact. Give me XP! Yay, XP! Double ding. Level 80. Nice. Always worth doing this quest, low levels. Even more so at higher level. Oh, bloody tiny little moth. You know, like that little baby moth. Alright, so we've got the key for here now, which is handy. Makes getting back to Shadowlands, or getting back to Rubicon rather, a lot quicker. How many accounts? 1. I've only got 1 paid account. How many characters? 20 something. AI 30 at least. Maybe more. I'd have to, well, hang on, I can check for you. 20 something, I don't know. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then 218. He's the latest one. So like 20. Well, daily missions help massively with that, but as well as that, they started doing alien events at the beginning of lockdown, and it made it massively easy to get higher alien levels very quickly. I mean, that character has been AI 30 since he's been about level 205 or something. So it's taken him longer to reach 220 than it is to hit AI 30. Without the events, he would still be like nowhere near that. Yeah, I mean, the alien events are just ridiculous fun. And the thing is, you see, XP is easy now because you have alien daily missions and such. So that obviously makes things way, way easier because you're getting so much more XP in a much shorter period of time. But then you can go to Shadowlands and do Inferno missions, which give you massive faction. So you max out your faction really early on, and therefore you level much more quickly in Shadowlands than you used to. So you can have like max-sided faction, Guardian, redeemed, unredeemed, whatever, before you're like 200. And, you know, when that's the case, then the XP you get in Shadowlands is so much better. It used to be that you would be... I can remember we were trying to farm faction by killing temple bosses and stuff between 4 teams and hoping to get a bit of faction to improve things. You know, so compared to then, it's kind of bonkers, really. Where for an elite, Cryptovome, there's nothing I want there. Foreman's, nice and easy. Well, thank you, IT O'Derry, for the buffet. Need to renew ward, I think. I've only got the baby nanos on this character anyway. Yeah, if you watch any of the Alien event streams, you'll see what I mean by how many people hit AI 30 during it. And obviously I read them all out and congratulate them. But there's, yeah, what I was getting to was there was no equivalency for Alien dailies. So you get the daily mission, that's it. Whereas in Shadowlands now, you can keep repeating, you can get virtually a daily's worth of XP. just for doing an Inferno mission. So as soon as they became a thing, factions shot up and everything, but there's no equivalency for Alien XP, which is why it still takes a long time, because you really, all you've got is dailies and like grinding Arid Rift and the Alien playfields and stuff, or, you know, city raids, etc. Like now they tend to not do the Alien events in cities because of the amount of people that show up and lag and crash, and you know what I mean, so they tend to go and do them in some out of the way place. Like the last stream we did on Saturday, Space Quest just randomly turned up and went, oh, Spaghetti-O. You know, here we go with this. Place the bomb. Okay. So with the Shadowlands missions, there's no equivalency for that for Alien XP. You just have to get it where you can. Well, no, I mean, people's client disconnects when the playfield is maxed out. Just too many people come to the event. And a lot of it, especially on Rubicar, is, you know, people go, oh, I'll just log my ult on in that area and get, you know, level him up without really participating. And you can't blame them. I mean, you know, free XP is free XP. It's like handing out free money or something. So people would, you know, log in 10 ults just to, you know, spare them having to level them, and it quickly fills up the playfield. And then the people trying to, you know, do the event are struggling with lag and stuff. Play limit 520 something in a single playfield. It's something like that. I don't know the exact number, but it gets, yeah, anything over 500 gets problematic, so. That's when people start getting issues, you know. Oh, I crashed, I can't log back in. That kind of thing. People still go through the car. What, with a flag? Oh, people try to bait people into PvP all the time, yeah. You know, flag was meant to make PvP more dynamic and interesting, but it just gave griefers another tool to grief with in the end. It's kind of a shame. Get out of here! The bomb is ticking. Yeah, people will see someone buffing other people and be flagged and say, oh, can I get this buff? And hope the other person doesn't notice that they're flagged, and then they buff them and bang, their friend then attacks them. So you've got low life like that. You know, it's just the way it is. We got out before exploded. Yay for us. Okay, so that's the Alien Daily done. I've got Intrusion. What's that? Cyborg Citadel in the computer. Oh, right, okay. Go kill a bunch of Borg. Oh, that's in the Citadel. That's in Avalon. I don't think I've got enough comp lit for Avalon. Oh, God. Nope. I don't. I have to take the Wampers there. Yeah, they changed the PvP titles. I think you can still use a legacy title if you want to, but yeah, they changed it a bit. You need a 220 amp to tank that. Nope. There's no fun in doing that. Come on. Where's the fun? I mean, you could derate. Well, yeah. People then really got the remote up their butt about losing a title. If you remember that meme. You know, I'll see that clip. It was like around not long after the Star Wars kid. Poor guy. He was just doing what most people his age do when they think no one's looking, but made the mistake of filming himself. And then the poor kid just had the shit ripped out of him. Yeah, people try it all the time, and I'm exactly the same. Well, yeah, lose the flag and I will. Or they can see an event's going on and that you know, there's a NT or someone AoEing or whatever, and then they'll run into the middle of it. Or someone's healing, you know, there's just so much shit people will pull. I don't know why I went such a long way round to get to Avalon. That was dumb. I just wanted to see how unstable the new engine is. I tell you what, since I upgraded the CPU, motherboard and RAM, the new engine's a damn sight more stable. I've got the Tara daily as well, but I don't have grid space anymore, so I don't know about trying to blitz my way down there. I don't think Tara's up anyway. We'll talk to the NPC. On my first Engie, I kept forgetting to cancel Void Projector. So he spent most of the time running round with flag without even realising. Ran through Borealis. Right, the NPC's not even up. I don't think I've got the run speed without grid space to try and run down. Can you grid space freedom me, Kaz? Is it 450 for this grid? It is, yeah. You want me to come to ICC? Adam should be... Alright, I'll have a look. I'm so used to using the grid to get to Avalon. I forget that the route on the Wampa is... you know what I mean? I'm in Biodome. Okay. I think as well, because the community's a lot smaller, the player base is smaller on 2019, it tends to be more community friendly. Like more, because there's fewer people, it's more like a village. Everyone's kind of like knows everyone and everyone's a bit more friendly with everyone. There's less anonymity. So you get a lot less aggravation. So I can't even buff myself. I don't have all my other characters to bump log and buff myself. Oh yeah, compared to the live server, yeah. The live server, there's a ton of people everywhere all the time. Despite what that was, that one guy on Reddit, every post in the Anarchy subreddit, it's a dead game. Every fucking post. And they decided not to ban him, but make every one of his posts on that subreddit like auto downvoted. Just left him to it. Everyone, he says, 99% of the people are. I can't even remember. It's the same bullshit in every post. Though. I am super proud of my baby Engi Chensuki. It's a cool name. waving at me, but, you know. Came on the random name generator. Gibelis, welcome to the stream. Rubicar 19, yeah. Just gooning about on the little keeper. With the green sword of ridiculous. All the glorious buffs, grid space, hack and quack. Whee! Now I can run. Again, I went the long way around. We have to petition Funcom to name this. No, you can't name it after me. No, that's Space Quest, I think, came up with that one. You have to name it the Space Quest Sword of Win or something. Can't name it after me, I didn't come up with it. That would be... Oh, no. No. That would be very wrong. Right, we're going to probably get ourselves killed trying, but we're going to go and check if Tara's up. Where am I going? Well, I got buffed, and now I is running down to Tara. Someone said, oh, Adam is on. Just going to tell Adam buff you, save you logging in. I'm cool, I'm good, I'm ready to go. Right. So the NPC's not here. I'm at full def. Here goes nothing. See if I can remember the way down. Really? Snagged one. Doing so well. Okay, I blocked one attack. Thing is, I've got to run back through them as well. Oh no, I've got the beacon, haven't I? So I can blitz out of here if I have to. And I probably have to. Yeah, Tara's up. Thank you, lady. Oof. I gotta keep running. There we go. Did it. Yay! That wouldn't have made the run back out, though. I did it. But I know the way down fairly well. Used to go to Tara like every day. Trying to get the Advi cloak for my Advi. And just winning it took like 2 hours of battling over who had control. So yeah, it was kind of nuts. Right, we want Borealis. Talk to the barkeep guy. Oh, I used to love PvP before people could multi-box and cheat and, you know, it was fun. I died a lot. It wasn't very good, but I enjoyed it. Yeah, Title 5, Title 6 PvP was like, yay. When PvP on the server originally, as soon as you hit level 75, you were fair game to anybody else. It was nuts. I completed my assignment. Ding! Thank you. How much VP have I now got? 300. Enough to buy one HUD. Then get the defensive HUD, don't you? My LFT. No, I'm just going to get dailies done and then... What shall I buy with my 300 points? Scroll, scroll, scroll. Defense. Yay. Right, I got umpteen levels of XP and I'm not put anything in. Melee, yep. And then treatment, yep. I was going to do... Yeah, we're going to call that done. And 100 if you want to team up. I'm okay, dude. I mean, do what you want to do. I mean, but I'm going to muck about in the subway just getting the daily done. I'm not going to do much else there. I'm going to figure out how the hell I'm doing infiltration. I've done the entire quest line for Biomare, so I don't, need any loots or anything, so. And the engine crashed. Yay. Okay. Green sword, OP. It is, absolutely. That was what, 14 zones before it crashed? And I seem to be pleased about it. Yeah, it's a bit sad, isn't it? We close that, and we start again. There it is, green sword to win. What level? Depends on your build. I mean, as soon as you can use them, you're going to make your pets better. It's that kind of deal, really. As soon as you can. Even the lower quality trimmers are going to help a little bit. It's like an extra buff for the pets or whatever. You can think of it that way. I've got no audio. Okay, that's weird. I think I can fix it, though. Yep, that did it. I've had that happen before. It's really weird. There we go. Turn on Rubicar light for a little more illumination. Oh, I was going to... Oh, well. Forgot nano skills for that, but hey. What the hey? Right, what are the buffs? Oh, all my general buffs. Level 52 Gladiator seems to lose aggro. They do early on. It depends how much damage you've got. The trimmers will help. They won't hurt. Even as high as you can. Mike sounds like you are on helium. 1 2. 1 2. 1 2. Sounds normal here. You sure? Yeah, refresh the stream. Yeah, refresh the stream. Like helium. Refresh the stream. I've got it coming back here and it's okay. So... Helium is funnier. Yeah, but that's no good if that's what's being helium is funnier. Yeah, but that's no good if that's what's being helium is funnier. Yeah, but that's no good if that's what... Okay, quick test. If that's what... Okay, quick test. If that's what... And you guys, I sound like helium. Just close Chrome and open it again. Again. Seems okay here. 1, 2. Here. 1, 2. It's got that dit all the time though. Hang on. Okay, that's got rid of that. Okay, that's got rid of that. Okay, I think it's back to normal again now. I hope. We'll spend the rest of the stream sounding like helium. Kex, subscribe with Prime. Thank you very much for the resub, Kex. 6 months. Thank you, my dude, for 6 months. Much appreciated. Yeah, apparently I sounded like helium. We had a weird audio thing after I crashed on the new engine. Surprise. So I just unplugged my audio interface and plugged it back in. I noticed it was like, I can't hear footsteps, so when I started buffing, I was like, nope, can't hear anything. The game just up and died. What's the highest? I've seen some scarily high ones. A level 60 agent can get a quality 200 demon. Sounded quite crackly for a moment. I unplugged the audio interface from its connection. Check the properties of audio. Still on the M track. Everything looks normal on this end, and then as far as I can tell when I listen back on this end, and then as far as I can tell when I listen back, yeah, it seems okay. I'll just try hitting F5 and see if it's anything. I probably did glitch the stream doing that. I should have muted the stream and then done it. I don't know. It sounds okay again. Oh, that's good. I didn't want to... I'll watch the VOD back and see if I sound like helium on it, or whether it was just a broadcast thing or something odd. Yeah, because an agent can go trade it and double drain. So they get the pet, well, they drain up, get a wrangle, get the pet, and then keep the pet under control by constantly double draining. So ransack and whatever the hell the other one's called, I forget. On one hand, I feel like I know this game in and out, and then I watch your stream for an hour and there's a lot of stuff in it. Same for me. I talk to people and they tell me things I'd never heard of. You know, I don't think anybody genuinely knows everything about the game. No one single person. I think the knowledge is just spread out amongst everybody. You know, I haven't got RRFE now. I did have last time I was here, it was funny. It was like everything was just going It was like being hit by a wet noodle. Soloed Tim down here at level 60 with that. That was funny. Or was it? No, maybe a little higher level. 72, 73, something like that. With my weak-ass implants as well. Yeah, I've played for 20 years and people still come up with something I've never heard of. It's because the game's so deep and there's so much of it. And I think everybody on the game knowledge, a lot of people will end up on the same websites looking at the same information, but the journey they take is always different. And quite often they discover new things in that process. Yeah, that is the beauty of it. So, I see sometimes people on Discord and they've been on their journey, and that's cool, but they're convinced their journey is the only possible way things work, and that, like as if they're just unaware that there's more than one way of doing everything in this game. And they can't accept that, their journey and their information isn't absolute. It's like, well, it's not. Because there you go, so-and-so just told you can do it this way instead. No, I am correct. I have done this. I've played for 10 years and blah, blah. Well, turns out, no, you're wrong. There's another way to do something, and someone else knows about it, or a group of people know about it. People quite often just make shit up. Half the time I look at it and go, what? What the hell are you talking about? Can I ask how old you are? I am 54 years of age. I was a mere 32 years old when I started playing the game. Now here I am 20 years later, still playing it old and grey. Scary. Yeah, that's it. I certainly don't know it all. I know a great deal, I think, but I really don't know everything, because I don't think even GMs, etc., know everything about the game. I'm going to jump through the glass, just because I know how. I guess you're as old as I feel watching the game now. Yeah. Yeah, I'm middle-aged. I mean, lucky to be here. That's the way I look at it these days. A lot of my old friends, not all of us made it this far, so I've outlived some of them by, more than 5 years. More than that, even. Come on. Get down, there we go. Yeah, well, that's it, you see. When people say, why is Storm not as busy as it used to be? Well, it was always a core of people, but you have to remember, when they were playing, they were in their 20s. They're now in their 40s. They've got grown kids. They've got a mortgage. They're both working. It's like it's a whole other life. It's a whole other different place in life, So, yeah, it's kind of nuts, but yeah, it's no real shock, really. And they still, like, now and again drop by and like, wow, you guys still here? Oh, that's amazing. By now they're like so far removed from who they were 20 years ago. And 33 and got a son who's 13. I know, it's crazy, right? I've finished some research somewhere. Yep, we'll just carry on with this one, I think. Yeah, a lot of people used to, in the same household would play the same character. I mean, it used to take so long to level, having anything other than, you'd have small alts and a main. But now it's like, people have, I've got a dock, and everyone goes, oh yeah, but it's not your main. And then the dock turns out to be completely endgame geared and has everything, That's become common now, and it's daily missions, Shadowlands missions, stuff like that, and it's all culminated in making the leveling process in the game easier. It used to be it took like a year to get to 220 for anyone, even hardcore, you know, because you were doing regular Rubicon missions and stuff. And then Shadowlands came out and people could level faster, provided they could get faction. But the only people that could readily, you know, could get faction readily were neutrals, because their XP calculator was based on Guardian faction, which is every mob in Shadowlands that isn't sided. So it was a bit weird, but... Oh, when you used to farm Zix, yeah. Root the, whatever, the spawner NPC, and then just keep pulling the Zix away and killing them. And then they nerfed XP on Zix. It's like, oh, you took away our shiny thing. That was painful. Yeah, this weapon is ridiculous. If I made like a level... I haven't got time, but if I made a new character right now, took him into the subway, you'd be in hysterics. I had more than one green sword, so I gave one to Scott, that GS guy, because he does like twinks. He's very good at twinks. So I said, well, if I give you this, you can make like the most unbelievable level 5 ever, couldn't you? And he was like, oh yeah. So I said, but it'd be harder to do here because, you know, you don't have all your mains and your gear and, you know, and all that. So it'll be good for, you know, he's like, yeah, give me the sword. And so I'd be interested to see how he gets on with that. Yeah, Alien XP with the events is incredibly easy because it's just given away, you know, but it's just called Green Sword. As you can see, it has the same sort of damage as a Pained Panther, 225 to 750, but with a 800 cap on MBS. But it has 0 skill requirement, as you can see there. And it's a 1-1 weapon instantly. Near enough. So, but it has no skill requirement, so you can put it on a level 1. I mean, they might not hit anything because they've got no AR, but even so. Like a GM weapon. Yeah, kind of thing, yeah. I mean, the description. Yep. It's like almost taking the Michael. You know? Peekaboo. Alright, fine. Stand in the doorway, you awkward sod. Yeah, it's a Rubicon 2019 event weapon, but actually useful. Normally things like this look cool, but do 0 damage, or they have like 1-1 damage and that's it. Rare. It's not that rare on the 2019 server, but it doesn't exist at all on the live server. Yeah, the AR on it is based on two-hand edge, which is why I thought, well, Keeper's the way to go then, you know, because that's win-win for Keeper. Yeah, oh no, you wouldn't, I wouldn't, if I had this on 2019, I'd delete it. You shouldn't have it on live, because you're not supposed to have it on live. $2019 only item. Oh, come on, you big dummy. Come round the side. It's going to shoot me from... Oh, right, no, it was lag. I was like, he's stuck behind there. Come on. Yeah, the easiest two classes for implants and gear are Opifex and Solitus. Atrox struggle generally with sense skill, and it's because of the range of items and whatever that you can use to buff stamina and strength are vast, whereas the items available to buff sense and psychic are far less. You got sleeves that give 50, pair of sleeves that give 100 with two of them, and then pistols that give another 50, and then Iron Circle and Behemoth, and then some pistols as well. It's just and. And there's similar for other stuff, but for sense, it's one of the hardest to get everything for. Right, so I've got to go to System Intrusion, which is in the Cyborg Citadel. These are quite high level, aren't they? Yeah, we're going to have to whomp her as well. Still haven't gotten enough for the grid. Didn't have a trillion HP. Yeah, it's not about the HP. It's about shield. It's about layers, and that was then. And people wouldn't say anything now. The job is keep aggro and, mitigate the damage any way possible. Now, doing it with hit points is one way. It's certainly not the only way. People would... Yeah, there was too many items that were Atrox only. It was clear that the idea behind the design for Atrox for Enforcer was quite a limited one initially, but, because of the nature of the game, people went, well, no, I want to play this breed. And then they did, You couldn't use butcher's gloves and things like that, I did know, and I knew a Nanomage Enforcer, and they were absolutely stunning. I remember them at Eel and the Mercs and places like that. And they had no problems, dealing with what was going on. And they used one-hand edge as well. Because their first character apparently had been an Advi, and they were melee, so they went one-hand edge. So they had a load of hand-me-downs for the Enforcer, so they just made him one-hand edge. Yeah, they're not they've still got like 50k HP, but they can chain cast single taunt, Mongo, and layers, and never run out of nano. So, and they're using higher quality nanos earlier. So it's all changed now. Yeah, I'm not saying what you did wasn't cool. It was. I'm just saying, The forums as well, you got to remember that a lot of people on the forums are just, Fingers was one, wasn't he? He was a right dipshit. He was the NT professional, and he was like, this is how you play NT, and anything different is wrong. I was like, no, it isn't. And he got a lot of stick for it, and he was wrong. But he got up his own arse because he's like, I'm the professional and I say, and it was like, yeah, but you're wrong, mate. So I don't care what you say. You should only have this armor, and you should only equip these implants, and you should only, and it was just like, get wrecked. I killed him in Tower Wars once. It was hilarious. He was gobbing off about something. I was like, he basically didn't realise he was stood in gas, which just made it even more funny. Right, can I remember the way down on this one? Probably not. Probably going to get lost. No, that's the cupboard. Well, what the hell then? It can't be that room. Can't be this cupboard, so it's another door in here somewhere. Is it right hidden? Ah, there we go, yeah. It looks too much like the other one. You know, the one near Temple of the Three Winds? This is the one where you go up before you go down, isn't it? Yeah, you go up thinking I've gone the wrong way, but actually you haven't. And another daily done. Return to the agency handler. I will. We've got 3 minutes to go. I'll just stand on the sink or whatever the hell this is. Rather than trying to remember the way out. Because you know I'll fail. Yeah, I remember farming conscientious implants to put in. People go, no one's ever getting an intelligent implant in, it's impossible. Yeah. And then people did. No, I'm not saying it was easy, but I did it. I should really have that. Psycho Mod Sense Imp. Where are we at? Probably way behind. Oof. Yep. Might do what I usually do, wait till 90 and then composite infuses, please, for 4 hours. That's another change they made. Remember, like RR, FE, Hack and Quack, all that last 20 and 30 minutes, and Behemoth had last 30 minutes. Made all of them 4 hours. So you get on, you get buffed. If you don't die, then you're good for the 4 hours, you know. I'll let you get Moochums, So, yeah, they made quite a few changes. A lot of them are just sort of like quality of life type of stuff. I put my implants end of 2006. It's around when I sort of had to quit because my son was born. It was just like no sleep and work and, yeah. 4 hour buffs suck. Well, tell that to Funcom and they'll say, well, do you want to go back to 30 minutes then? Because they will. I remember when you got the composites and they were like 1 hour at one level, and then you got the 2 hour, and then you got the 4 hour, and eventually got the 8 hour ones. You can't get the 8 hour ones anymore. But I've still got them on a couple of old tunes. "24-hour wrangles." I remember when Challenger would boost your weapon skills as well as your AR. So people would get buffs, then a wrangle, and then Challenger, and put on ridiculous, slightly overpowered weapons, and there was no OE. So once it was on, it was on. It didn't suddenly drop when all the buffs ran out. I remember that being a thing. Patch notes: removed all buffs because durations were not good. Yeah. Tutoring expertise. You can get a thing for it, but you can't get the Nano anymore. But I've got that on a few characters still. Right. Let's get this handed in. Mission complete. Goodbye. Another alien level. What do I want it? Crusade, maybe? Or no, I'm a bit behind on. I should maybe start putting into Nano combat just to catch up. But Yeah, I might have to think about that. Like now, you don't have to stress about, I need to re-perk to get this gear on twice. One to get part 1 in, another re-perk to get part 2 on, so I can then put on the 1 implant I need to get in so I can get the other 2 implants in. So you can have a 4-stage twinking thing. And instead of that taking months because you had to wait, you know, I think even when they first shortened it, it went down to 48 hours between resetting perks. And they changed it to 2, and then they put the perk reset guy on Joe Harbour. So you just go out there, I want to reset all my perks, boom, done. Do what you need to do, and then the ones you need to change, you go back and pay him 20 million and he'll do it again. That just made a massive difference to how many more people bothered with doing serious twinking, because it took that huge time sink out of it. I remember there was like a period of 6 months where you'd be saying, "You're not raiding tonight." "No, I'm re-perking. My character's useless at the moment." And while that was happening, all they were doing is logging in just to do a perk thing, and then they see you later, or they'd roll another character, or you know what I mean? It was nuts. The commitment involved was just bonkers. Right, we've come to the end, I think, for this evening. Data stream. Okay, data stream streaming.
Boom, another one for the books.
Or something. So let's go raid data stream for some more AO. Oh, Sword of Sepsis, yeah. Ceremonies, yeah. I remember these sorts of builds. They were fun. Anyway, we're going to raid Data Stream 101 all aboard the choo-choo train of fun. We can go say, he's playing Iron Man, so definitely scary stuff. Stephen G-Job, GG, nice stream. Thank you very much. So thank you to everyone that resubbed. Thank you to the new follows. Thank you for that bit that we got for the guitar. Appreciated. And I will see you all on Friday for the Grace giveaway. You got to be in it to win it. In-game Grace. Need an active account with GMI access to win. Okay then, folks. Thank you all. And I will see you on Friday. Okay, folks. Bye for now.